things get going and they start happening. That is momentum. And once momentum starts, it's like a snowball, and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. So the hardest thing for anyone to do, and we talked about this not yesterday, but day before yesterday, when I read you the story about the elephant. And remember, if you weren't on this call, the story was basically, in a nutshell, is that when elephants, we know how majestic and huge they are. When they're young, they have a rope tied around their leg so that they can't, and when they're young, they tug their leg and they can't break away. Well, when they get older, they have the same size rope tied around their leg that they could easily break, but they don't. And why don't they?
They're conditioned to think that they can't break it.
They're conditioned to think that they can't break it. And guys, I can tell you right now, we are so conditioned from childhood up, right? And so when we get uncomfortable in our business, a lot of times it's because we're breaking some ropes. We're breaking some ropes and breaking the belief that we have built around what people have told us who we are. So one of the hardest things for most people to do is just to start. Just to start. Diane's starting. She's going to bold. Nick's starting. He's doing a reverse bold 100. He's been doing it over a few days. Renee's starting. She's door knocking, even on people that probably are upset, and they're fine afterwards. Who cares? Joanne is starting. She's circle prospecting. She's working her database. Rosamond's starting. He's calling. He's sending out absentee homeowners and he's calling them. So is Joanne. Everyone in some way is, the first thing you have to do is start. And then you start every day. You just start every day. You get a day to start again. And yesterday I had, when I was coaching, what was yesterday? Tuesday? So no, it was Monday. I was coaching an agent and she said, Becky, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know why I'm doing it. I know what the after effects are if I do it. But sometimes I just get so unfocused and I don't do it. Right? So here's the thing. Not doing it is serving you in some way. Not doing it is serving you in some way. And understanding how it is serving you, either A, keeping you safe by keeping you comfortable, or allowing that procrastination habit to be fulfilled, which we all have, or it's fear that you're running away from. So you want to ask yourself, when you want to get started and you don't start, I want you to ask yourself the question, how is not starting serving me? And it's serving you in two ways. It's serving you positively by keeping you comfortable. I probably said that word wrong. Forgive me. I have a South Carolina education. We're like the 51st state in education we were anyway. I don't know if we still are, but we were when I was in school. We were terrible. So it's serving you positively, and it's also serving you negatively. So it's serving you positively by keeping you comfortable, but it also is serving you negatively by keeping you comfortable, right? And so the key is, and this is what I told this agent, I said, the key is for you just to leave it. Don't judge yourself. Don't condemn yourself. It's to say, this is who I am and where I'm at right now. And tomorrow, at the end of the day, if you have this conversation with you, I'm going to do 1% better. I'm going to do 1% better. And every day you just get 1% better, 1% better, 1% better. So I applaud all of you that are taking action to get 1% better. And I know, even though some of you didn't speak on this call, I trust that all of you are taking steps every day to improve by 1%. Not 100%. 100% is not necessary. 1%. Because if you do 1% every day, it's a huge number at the end of 365 days. Okay, I asked you guys, we're back in the one thing, and I just want to go through something with you really quick. I asked you guys to start reading page 132, which is actually part 3, which is about extraordinary results, unlocking the possibilities within you. Unlocking the possibilities within you. So here's what, has anybody ever seen this iceberg before? Yeah, everybody's seen it, right? So we see this iceberg in a lot of different ways, right? We see, hold on, I got to mute somebody. There we go. We see this iceberg a lot of times. We see it in posters where it talks about all the things you do here to have success, but the only thing that people see is the tip of this iceberg, which is the result of all of your actions. So they think that what you do is really easy, right? Because all they see is this. Well, Gary actually put this together, Gary and Jay, in a little bit of a different way. And we're going to be spending time in the next couple of weeks talking about productivity, priority, and purpose. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't go to the book every day. And I don't do that for a reason, because I'm really wanting to pull in tactics to sell more homes, tactics to get more listings, tactics to get more out of your business, and then combining that with the learnings and the teachings of the one thing. So we really only go to this book once a week. Okay. And we're going to spend some time in chapter 3. And so one of the things I want to read to you is on page 132 says, your big one thing. So everybody's like, Becky, I don't have just one thing. I have a lot of one things. Yes, you do. You do, right? Remember, we have 8 balls in the air. We have physical, key relationships, business, physical fitness. We have all of these different balls, and you have a one thing in all of them. Your one thing is your purpose. So I want you to write that down. Your one thing is your purpose. And your small one thing is the priority you take action on to achieve it. Your big one thing is your purpose, and your small one thing is the priority you take action on to achieve it. So here's the important thing about this chapter, and the reason that we are going to stay in it for a while is because many of us are in this place where we're looking for our purpose. We're looking for our big why. Because the reality is that in real estate, if your big why is money, then what is going to motivate you to keep going once you achieve the money that you desire? Once you have everything that you want in terms of financial, what are you left with to keep you going? Right? So we have an inner purpose that's different, and every one of us has a different inner purpose. And if you don't have an inner purpose, I highly suggest you read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. Simon Sinek. Sinek. He is one of the best thought leaders I have ever read in terms of tying your purpose to your business and having a whole purpose. Okay. So Gary says here, think of purpose, priority, and productivity as 3 parts of an iceberg. What's visible to the public is your productivity and your profit, right? People see your productivity and they see your profit. But what's under the surface that people don't see is the priority and the purpose. The priority and the purpose. Great businesses are built one productive person at a time, and not surprisingly, the most productive people receive the greatest rewards from their business. Connecting purpose, priority, and productivity determines how high above the rest successful individuals and profitable businesses are. So I ask you before, and we're not going to go into the rest of this until next week. I ask you, what is your purpose? And do you have it written down? And guys, we don't need to get hokey about this. Your purpose may change. Nick's purpose right now is Becky, I'm sorry, but it's money. Because I'm new in the business and I don't know if Nick would say that, but Nick would also say that money gets me to a higher purpose level, right, Nick? That money helps you get to a higher purpose level. And for some people, that's starting a family, that's doing different things. Nick, what is your purpose?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it. Currently, it is money, but, in the future, I want to have, the money so I can have, a family and have everything, like be able to give everything like my parents were able to give me. You know what I mean? And I got into real estate originally because I want to be able to attend all of my kids' sporting events, if that's, soccer, if that's basketball, football, whatever it is, because my mom was able to do that with me. So I feel like in this career, I mean, sometimes you're going to have to work. It is what it is. But most of the time, you can make time for those things. So that's my main reason for getting into real estate.
Nick, how old are you?
22.
22 years old. I mean, come on. Congratulations to your mom and dad. 22 years old, and you already have this higher purpose. Wonderful. That is so awesome. They modeled that behavior for you. Congratulations. That's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, Nick, that is going to allow you, like you said, allow you the flexibility to be there. Bye, Diane. Be there for your friend, for your family, for your kids, their sporting events. You already know that purpose way off out there, right? And because that's what's important to you, that will allow you to focus at a higher level when it's time to focus on your business, right?
Right.
Because here's what happens is a lot of us, our purpose is not so clear. So we give up on ourselves when it's time to sit down and do the work. But when your purpose is really clear and you understand that the only way you get there from here is to do the work, then you will start and you will do the work. Nick, thank you so much for sharing that. I love your purpose primarily because I love all of your purposes because it's your purpose. But I love what you're saying is that, hey, I already know that out there in the future, my parents modeled a behavior to me that I want to emulate to be there for my kids because it's important. And you know that real estate and having a career in real estate is going to allow you to have that flexibility. I love that. That is awesome. And so all of you have a purpose. And so what I would encourage you to do is after lead generation, look at me. Do not do this till after lead generation. Don't get on Facebook. Don't get on email. Get your lead generation done. After you do that, if you have your purpose, write it down again in front of you. And if you're not sure what it is, go through an exercise of asking yourself, what is being successful in real estate going to allow you to achieve or do for others? Because usually your purpose is about other people. And that's the purpose that pulls you through at the highest level. All right. I love that. So good. I'm so glad you guys were on. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing some more tricks, hacks on how to get more business, in 2022 using video. Oh, I mean, don't look at me like that, Joanne. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
I think I won't come tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.